So anyway, I'm speaking with Bob Delgado. Bob Delgado is one of the volunteers here in Weed. And Bob, you guys have just been incredibly busy the last couple of days.
It's been overwhelmed with all the donations. I mean, it's been great. I'm lost for words right now because one of my family members lost their house also in Ancient Valley. And my sister's house, which is across from the high school, is one of the few houses that made it in that area. And so it's really difficult to have somebody film before. But anyway, the outpour, the people just donating, it's just been tremendous. And Cal Fire, all the fire departments who were here they were on it, they were fantastic, they were caring, they just couldn't do enough for you. And the sad part about it is, if your house went up in flame, they more or less apologized that they couldn't save it. And
it must have spread so quickly.
Over the hill, this is where it originated, right over here.
Yeah, in fact, Linda, why don't you take a shot over there? So that, over in that area?
Over in that area here, and then it went over the hill. And over this hill here is where the grammar school and high school's at. And that's where it really took off and got the houses.
Now, it didn't get to the school, apparently.
No, the high school's fine. The grammar school, there was a little damage there, but classes are going to resume on Tuesday, from what I understand.
Sure.
And hopefully they can get all that taken care of. But the thing was, when the fire took off, classes were going on. So they had to evacuate the grammar school in an orderly manner and take them up to the high school. Because the fire was just, you only had minutes to get out of your house. It wasn't like, okay, give me an hour or two and I'll pack up what I need and I'll get out of here. No.
You just ran. You just had
ran.
Yeah. So now that we're in the relief and rebuilding part, of course, I don't know, the rebuilding part's probably going to take some time before we figure out what's going to happen.
You know, the insurance company's coming in, and I know my niece has already spoken, and then they took them over to her place, and this is what we have, this is what we had, and it sounds like they're doing a good job also in caring.
So we ended up doing that food drive, helping coordinate Bi-Coastal Road Valley, Sherm's Food for Less, and WCP Solutions. I know said the trucks must have been unloaded because I'm seeing the goods in here.
Right.
I'm kind of curious here, how many families are actually still affected and are having to come by here and get food?
Well, so far they said that over 150 structures burned, so I'm assuming that was housing that those families did live in.
Sure.
And so they haven't really come down here yet. We've had some, a few people that are affected, and they were shopping now. And for the most part, they can't grab a whole lot because there really isn't a place to put their food.
So a lot of it's going to be stored here, and then bit by bit going out.
Right. And we have, I think, 3 more semis coming in today, supposedly. And we're hoping that we can get some trailers in here so we can keep the food there. Hopefully they'll let us keep the product there.
This is why, though, you needed non-perishables, because you're not necessarily going to be able to refrigerate a lot of this.
No, correct. We have a reefer coming in.
Good.
That's going to help out. And then they're putting this structure up over here, temporary.
Oh, so that's what they're building next behind the yellow semi here from Cross Creek.
And then, Bull Street. And what they're going to do is store a lot of the products in there.
Okay.
So, that's going to help tremendously. I don't think that's going to be enough. We're going to have to bring in another one because the donations have been tremendous.
Great. So Southern Oregon, of course, kicked in here. What communities here in Northern California have been helping out? Or I imagine everyone joined.
Everyone.
Really.
Like, for instance, my daughter, who teaches at American River College, she's the head softball coach there. She put out a memo, and she was just going to bring her little car up here to, what donations they brought up. Well, she had so many donations that from the faculty there, just faculty alone, that guy says, hey, take my truck. And the truck I don't know how she got all that stuff up there without later in the freeway, but it was just over. Inside the truck was full. Sacramento, there's a couple of rigs coming out of Sacramento. The kids that went to school down there and lived down there, they're bringing a bunch of product up. Lowell's out of Reading. Wendy Dismore coordinated that one. She's from Weed, and she's got on Facebook just the parking lot is just overwhelmed with goods that are coming up this way. Medford has really been on TV with all the news broadcasts really helping out.
Good. I'm glad
And
to hear
so,
that.
yeah,
Yeah, we thought that maybe we were only going to be able to get maybe one semi. We ended up doing 3,
That was
and I just couldn't believe it. You know, the wake. Why do you think this has resonated with people? In many cases, so far away.
it just, you know, I don't know how to answer that because, you know, there are a lot of people out there that really do care, you know, and they see the hardship. Rita's really a depressed area, of course. And with a lumber mill, Roseburg, in jeopardy of not going, but there's 200 jobs there that could have been just gone. Sure. If the mill would have burned down.
I was so glad at first. The reports were saying that it started at the mill, and then we found out, fortunately, that it wasn't.
No, it wasn't started. And there's a report out for whoever is at fault. So hopefully that can be resolved, you know. But yeah, it's just devastating. It's hard to. I went into the burn area where my sister lives, and my niece had the house. And I don't know if you've been in there or not yet.
No, not yet.
You'll shed some tears.
Well, Bob, we really appreciate the fact that we've been able to help out. Is there anything that you think folks here in We are going to need more of? Because this is just the initial.
We're just getting started.
Yeah, we're just really getting started.
You know, just whatever clothing. No. Right now we're overwhelmed with clothing.
Okay, that's good to know.
And anything else, like what I've seen here with my wife, is she's coordinated the food over here. Is flour, sugar, economy, you know, just we're short supply of that.
Okay.
Really short.
So maybe what we'll do is work on some more coordination and perhaps do some more drives over the next few days.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
this is going to be several weeks that you're going to be hurting.
It's going to go on. It's not overnight. It's really going to be down the line when people get their houses or renting or whatever, you know. Then they said they're going to really come back and get what they need, and that's when they're going to be able to fill up their cabinets. Right now, we're just getting them a small amount just to get started. But once they get their house going, then you can come back every day and just build it up to where they can feed their families.
Excellent. Bob Delgado, it's a pleasure meeting you.
And thank everybody. God bless you all. Really, really. Thank you.